This is your spoiler warning.
In this episode, we're going to be discussing all things Ali Hazelwood, including her books. So if you haven't read them yet, hit pause, go read them all, and come on back to us later.
And we will talk to you soon. Thanks. Hey, it's Megs.
And Jax.
And this is Musing Over Mugs.
Well, you'll catch us musing about all things books, life, adventure, and cocktail related.
So grab your mug and join us today as we muse about all things
Ali Hazelwood.
Oh my god, your mug is so fucking cute.
So before we even get into Ali, now that you mentioned the mug, I'm gonna have to tell you the story about the mug. His name is Crispy, and yes, he says it. This is very full. Crispy on the spine here. When we were young, my sister and I went to New York City and went to the M&M store, and they had these backing up even further. I like big mugs.
She cannot lie.
I cannot lie. I like a big mug. We went to the M&M store in New York City, and they have these adorable, it doesn't say how big it is. It's a gargantuan mug. Actually, I can tell you because it fit a full 16-ounce beer. So that's how big this mug is. But it's a hefty mug, and I love him. And so then every time we went to New York, we would go and we would get another of this style mug in a different M&M color so that we had the collection. And then they stopped making them. It's deeply upsetting. I think I have orange, yellow, and blue. And then I think my brown and my green are different shaped.
Do you not have red?
I don't have red. Yeah,
Interesting choice.
Well, because I don't love the color red.
Yeah, but red is
the number one M&M.
The main M&M.
It's fine. I like to support the little guys.
Fair.
But this is.
Did you see there's a new purple M&M?
I did see that, and I my first thought was, can't wait to go to New York and get the fucking mug.
So welcome to Musing Over Mugs, where we muse about M&Ms.
M&M mugs.
Cheers.
It's the best, and tonight it's filled with Mezcal Paloma IPA from Spice Trade Brewing.
Oh, hey.
It's delicious.
I love that. My mug is from my brother and his family, and it is not full, but it does have some very nice Pinot Noir.
Excellent.
And it's from the Trident Bookseller and Cafe on Newbury Street here in Boston, Massachusetts.
I love this.
So if you're in Boston, go visit Trident. Tell them that Musing Over Mugs sent you.
They're not going to know who be the fuck we are, but that is fine.
Just keep telling them. That's all
Everybody just keep telling them.
Yeah. They're going to have to look us up, and then maybe
we could be friends.
Maybe we could podcast from there one night. Right?
That'd be pretty fun.
Like, hey.
We're ready for you.
Anyways, tonight, this episode, it's all about Ali Hazelwood.
And if you follow us on the gram, you know by now that we are big Ali fans. Big Ali fans.
I went away for 11 days, and I'm pretty sure 6 of them Jax spent on our Instagram story hours a day just talking about Ali Hazelwood.
Ranting about Love on the Brain.
Which, as the person who read Ali first, I appreciate this. Chef's kiss.
Yep. I've been addicted since page 1. And I'm happy to be here, Meg. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
We're slowly on our quest to make Ali our best friend.
Listen, it's gonna probably not happen.
Probably not. I don't think she saw a single one of the stories I tagged her in. Which is fine. They're mostly embarrassing, but...
They were not embarrassing. I keep fidgeting in this chair. I'm so sorry. It's very uncomfortable. So we met Ali through The Love Hypothesis, which was her debut novel.
And it was phenomenal.
Words are hard. Was her debut novel last year?
2021. Yep.
I don't know what year it is.
2022.
It was one of my favorite books of 2021. I gave it 5 stars. No edits.
No qualms. It was perfect.
It was delightful.
It was, I know people, I mean, obviously people have mixed reviews on everything, but I loved it. It was super fun. Caught me right away. Couldn't
You
put
only
it down.
gave it 4 stars.
Did I?
I've recommended this book, and everybody who reads this book that doesn't give it 5 stars, I get real mad at. And I just want to be like, why? What was wrong? What is wrong with you that you didn't like this book?
I loved this book. It was perfect. I think the best thing about this book was it was one of the, I'm going to say it was one of the earlier cartoon cover books that I read and I didn't really, there's a one nice spice scene in there that I was ill prepared for, to the point where I referred the book to, we've told this story before, but to a work colleague. And
Hey, Jess.
Hey, Jess. She had said she wanted to read it, and then we found out about the bonus chapter. Megs found out about the bonus chapter, told me about the bonus chapter. I immediately, in turn, signed up for her e-news, downloaded the bonus chapter, simultaneously messaged Jess and was like, hey, I don't know if you've read Love Hypothesis yet, but there's a bonus chapter if you sign up for our e-news. Amazing. Just want to let you know so you could do that when your time is here. Flash forward 30 minutes, I've read the bonus chapter, and I was like, oh my God, I just recommended pure spice to a colleague. Yeah. Oops.
Well, you're welcome. Listen. Love Hypothesis was one of the first books that I got influenced to get from Book Talk Bookstagram. And it set the bar real high.
Real high.
Real high for Book Talk Bookstagram recommendations. It was, like you said, same for me, first kind of cartoon cover, or, you know, that illustrated cover. And it built, the story developed really well. The pacing was really great. It was funny. It was witty. Olive and Adam, we love it. There's, part of the book takes place in Boston, which I love, even though the geography didn't match. It's fine.
That's fine. We also didn't really love what happened in Boston for the most part.
But we did.
But it's so good.
So we did. It was just a fun book. And then we come to realize it's I'm going to say this wrong, Rilo fanfic. It's a Star Wars thing.
Rey. I was like, my car is named after that character, and I couldn't remember it. Rey and Kylo Ren. Rilo.
I don't like Star Wars. Boom, the internet's going to come for me. It's fine. It's just a very, very, very long, unfunny Spaceballs. Please don't use this for the Instagram clip.
That's how we're going to get people to listen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But anyways, this is like a fanfic based on those two characters from the Star Wars universe. It almost makes me want to go and watch Star Wars because the story was just so lovely and wonderful and heartwarming and silly and just delightful. And women in STEM.
Is it?
There's never women in STEM.
There's never women in STEM. I love that part. I'm going back to I should know this as an Ali fan. Is it actually I know that the characters on the book are based on Rey and Kylo, but is the story itself a fanfic? I know that she started also in fanfic, but is this the fanfic? I'm sure if someone pointed it out to me, I'd be like, oh, duh. But
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
didn't
see the.
I do love, This goes back to the second I'm done with it, I have no idea what happened.
So
movies
I'm
or
going.
Books. So we're gonna have to reread and rewatch Star Wars. I'm gonna make you do it.
Oh,
I do love
cute.
them.
That's fine. So does my brother. I don't know. That's fine. It's very long and unfunny Spaceballs. So I'm going to read the synopsis of The Love Hypothesis for those of you who may not be familiar. And hopefully this will make you want to go read it. But as a third-year PhD candidate, Olive Smith doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships, but her best friend does. And that's what got her into this situation. Convincing On that Olive is dating and well on her way to happily ever after was always going to take more than a hand-wavy Jedi mind trick. Scientists require proof. So, like any self-respecting biologist, Olive panics and kisses the first man she sees. That man is none other than Adam Carlson. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
A young
dun.
hotshot professor and well-known ass. Which is why Olive is positively floored when Stanford's reigning lab tyrant agrees to keep her charade a secret and be her fake boyfriend. But when a big science conference goes haywire, putting Olive's career on the Bunsen burner, Adam surprises her again with his unyielding support and even more unyielding six-pack abs.
Ow!
Whoo, whoo, whoo. Suddenly, their little experiment feels a little dangerously close to combustion. And Olive discovers that the only thing more complicated than a hypothesis on love is putting her own heart under the microscope.
I mean, does that not sound like the cutest fucking thing you've ever read? It is so good. I love the whole thing. We love a fake dating. We love a grumpy sunshine. Again, we love women in STEM. We love Ali Hazelwood.
We love forced proximity. So there's rightful criticism about the book because it did get really, really hyped up on Instagram and TikTok. And some people said like it didn't meet the hype. And I get it. I truly do. But if you go into the book with like an open mind of like, okay, it's just going to be a fun read, I think you're definitely going to be pleasantly surprised. It's definitely a feel good heartwarmer. Pretty quick. I think I got done with this. I think was my first like stayed up till 3 a.m. in the book. I was like, I have to finish this in a day. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's just a real fun love story.
I loved it. And that was our first Ally.
It was my first Ally. And I gave it a 5.
I thought I gave it a 5, but apparently I gave it a 4, which I'm going to amend to a 5.
You're fucking better.
But, I mean, see, this is where ratings get dicey for me, because I try to rate them on their own standing, right? But when compared to Love on the Brain, it would be less than Love on the Brain. I loved Love on the Brain. So I feel like that would get the 5. That did get the 5.
So maybe a 4.75? 4.5? So, speaking of Love on the Brain,
B. Cognizwasser lives by a simple code. What would Marie Curie do? If NASA offered her the lead on a neuroengineering project, a literal dream come true, Marie would accept without hesitation. Duh. But the mother of modern physics never had to co-lead with Levi Ward. Sure, Levi is attractive and in a tall, dark, and piercing eyes kind of way, but Levi made his feelings toward B very clear in grad school. Arch nemesis work best employed in their own galaxies far, far away. But when her equipment starts to go missing and the staff ignored her, B swears she sees Lee softening into an ally, backing her plays, seconding her ideas, devouring her with those eyes. The possibilities have all her neurons firing. But when it comes time to actually make a move and put her heart on the line, there is only one question that matters. What would B. Cognizwasser do?
And we loved it. So,
I loved this book so much. I read it in a day.
You bought the t-shirt.
I bought the t-shirt. I'm nothing if not a hype girl. I read this book in one day. Mm-hmm. I loved it. I storied about it. I immediately went back the next night and reread it again and annotated. That's the sound of my sticky notes. Annotated the book. I don't annotate books. I don't like writing in books. It stresses me out. But I loved it so much that I had to go back through literally the next night and reread it and annotated. I loved it so much that when my sister wanted to borrow it, I bought a second copy because I wouldn't part with my annotated copy. Do I want the special collector's edition? Have I tried to find them? Yes, I did. Yes, I do. If anybody has them, please send them my way. Is it Fairy Loot they did the special edition? I think it was Fairy Loot. No, a Lumen Crate. A Lumen Crate?
One of those is signed, right?
Yes, the annotated version. Okay.
So tell us about some of your annotated things that you loved so much, because I'm absolutely going to make fun of you for this.
No, don't do this.
No, I'm not going to make fun of you.
She can't make fun of me. I don't know. I took the approach to annotating because this is what was recommended to me. You just highlight anything that makes your heart happy. You just highlight away, and then you put little comments. Like here's a smiley face with some heart eyes because I highlighted, he hangs up before I can tell him to bring a ladder, and come to think of it, before I even ask him to come rescue me at all. Ah, come on! Hard eyes! It's perfect! I fucking love these characters.
Bee's adorable. And now whenever I see Roadkill, I think of
Bee.
I think of Bee. I was driving back. I had brunch. I had brunch up in Merrimack over the weekend, and I was driving down 495, and I saw some Roadkill, and I thought, if Levi was here, he would tell Bee to close her eyes as I drove by it.
It was just so sweet. Like the small, tiny things were just like that.
Mm-hmm.
He just found out, like, knew her quirks and just catered to them, and it was adorable. And he's supposed to be this, like, big bad guy, but really it's a big softie.
Oh, the biggest softie.
The biggest cinnamon roll.
Oh, cinnamon roll.
We love a cinnamon roll.
And there's some tension. There's romantic tension, obviously, but in the story, Bee basically uproots her life and goes to work on this NASA project.
Blink.
And there is, like, in the synopsis, it said equipment goes missing, like, she's being ignored, all of this stuff. It builds and builds and builds, and the resolution to that, like, plot climax is amazing. It
Didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming. And when you reminded me of it, because I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, it was great. Warmed my heart all over again.
It was so good. And I'm going to say the thing. I think Levi trumps Adam all day. I just thought that, like, their chemistry was amazing. Their banter, unbelievable. I was literally foot tapping, squealing, giggling like a schoolgirl, excited over, like, the whole book. Mm-hmm. Literally the whole thing. Not only did they rock, the side characters were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Her assistant, unbelievable.
I want a whole spin-off on the assistant.
I hope to God we get one. She was so much fun. And, like, her side story was adorable. She was just, like, so angsty and amazing that I was like, oh, I just want her in my life.
The sister?
Oh, I loved her.
And there was a whole thing where Bee thought Levi was married, right? And had a kid, and she was like, where's your family? And that whole miscommunication trope was...
I have that in here as highlighted.
Adorable. It was simply adorable.
When she walked into the house and was like, should I be quiet? And he's like, do you want to? I was like, yes! It was just so good. Their banter, I'm telling you, like, just the witty comebacks. Spot on.
I think that's also part of that is these characters are a little bit older. They've done the PhD stuff, so they're not going through it. They have, they're established in the science world. So I am not surprised that the dialogue's a little bit more elevated in this than it was in Love Hypothesis.
I also loved... I thought it, and then I read something, and now I totally lost what I was going to say about loving. Fuck. Oh, like, all the funny... trying to find... That's what I was flipping for. Was trying to find an example, because, of course, I don't remember it off the top of my head. But the words, like, the sexy guys, and handsome guys, and better than that... Hold on, we're getting to it. Tim sucks. That's a note I wrote.
I love it.
I love annotating. That's a lie. I will never do this again.
Till Allie's next book.
And I'll have to buy 2 copies right off the bat because I just know that's happening. What was it?
There's another... Oh, jeez. Louise.
Hold on, I don't even know what this says.
What does it say?
It's not even like... It's just funny. So her assistant goes... Does he really hate the way you look? And she goes, yep, always did. She goes, it's strange then. What's strange? He stares at you plenty. Oh no, he puts a lot of effort into not staring at me. It's his CrossFit. And then I drew these really terrible eyes. I drew, they were supposed to be like the side eye, like, And then I wrote, these are eyes. Because clearly I wouldn't be able to tell what I drew. Sausage referencing. That's what I was looking for. Those lines were hysterical. She had all these code words for, like, basically being the only woman in the room, and the men are being asshats and ignoring her. And then there was, I don't know if it was sausage referencing or another one where, yes, sausage referencing was when she would have, like, a woman would have an idea and then the team wouldn't take her seriously. And then another man would kind of like step in and be like, no, that's a great idea. This, and like say it again. And they were like, yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like mansplaining, but better.
I think we've all been there too.
Cock cluster or worst fest. Unbelievable.
There's also another miscommunication trope that she uses, sort of. I don't know if it's a miscommunication or a communication deflection, but there is. We're gonna put a spoiler warning, so if you haven't read the book, just skip. But she runs What Would Marie Curie Do on Twitter, and then he runs
Schmack. I think that's how I read it.
He runs another Twitter account, and basically they're talking to each other and kind of falling in love a little bit without even realizing it's each other.
Without knowing it's them. Oh my God. Wait, I have to find it. I think my favorite part of the freaking book, one of them, I mean, the whole thing was amazing. All of this. I just wrote all of this with some hearts.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
I just want to know what you didn't highlight in the book.
Literally nothing. I ran out of tabs because again, I wasn't prepared for this. I was not planning on annotating, so I only had I think I've had those since college. Another comical note that I've made. So B has a problem where she just passes out often, and it says, "Levi's holding me now, holding me again, and I'm in his arms, and I feel like I'm safe. How is it possible when he's around? Only when he's around, I feel safe." And then she passes out. And I said, I mean, sucks that you've passed out, but this is adorable. As if these people could ever know.
In case you're wondering what it's like when we beta read, these are comments that we read.
Oh, here it is. So, as you were mentioning, the two of them are on Twitter and they're chatting to one another and they kind of know bits and pieces of each other's lives without actually knowing who they are, like what the whole story is. So she knows that someone is returning to his life that he's in love with, and she doesn't know she's married and happy and he's suffering. And so she asks him about it and they go on, and he said, she's asking, why is it hard to work together? And he goes, it's just I know things about her. And he goes, things, and he goes off and off and on with those. But I'm drunk and this is inappropriate. And she goes, I love inappropriate. And then she goes, tell me. And there's like a long ass pause. And then there's a full page. And I wrote, smack is everything. I just highlighted the whole section. And I'm going to read it to you now. And I'm probably going to butcher the whole fucking thing. So here we go. I know what she smells like. This little freckle on her neck when she pulls her hair. Her upper lip is a little plumper than the lower. The curve of her wrist when she holds a pen. It's wrong, really wrong, but I know the shape of her. I go to sleep thinking about it, and then I wake up and go to work, and she's there, and it's impossible. I tell her stuff I know she'll agree to just to hear just to hear her hum back at me. It's like hot water down my fucking spine. She's married. She's brilliant. She trusts me, and all I think about is taking her into my office, stripping her, and doing unspeakable things to her. And I want to tell her, and I want to tell her that she's luminous. She's so bright in my mind, sometimes I can't focus. Let me read that again. I want to tell her she's luminous. She's so bright in my mind, sometimes I can't focus. Oh, are you kidding me? Sometimes I forget why I came to the room. I'm distracted. I want to push her against a wall, and I want her to push back. I want to go back in time and punch her stupid husband on the day I met him and travel back to the future and punch him again. I want to buy her flowers, food, books. I want her to hold her hand, and I want to lock her in my bedroom. She's everything I've ever wanted, and I want to inject her into my veins and also to never see her again. There's nothing like her, and these feelings, they are fucking intolerable. They were half asleep while she was gone, but now she's here, and my body thinks it's a fucking teenager, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There is nothing I can do, so I'll just not. Oh my God, the unrequited love. It's beautiful. I want to tell her she's luminous. So bright in my mind. Sometimes I can't focus. I fucking love these characters so much. I would like to inject them into my veins.
Yeah. I feel like I need to send Brian that thing so he can get it for you for Christmas or Valentine's Day or something, and just
just a card.
Just say this. Just say this to her.
Die.
She will literally die.
Just melt into a puddle right then and there. You can't go too far. Then why? I'm terrified you won't go far enough. Oh my god. I mean, I was like literally screaming the entire book. It's amazing. What is this? Another whole section that I highlighted. Pages. It's pages of highlights. I wrote in there, Ali, I love you. Bed buddies, friendifits, fuck friends. Ali, I love you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. It was amazing. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait to reread it. I can't wait for the next. I know they're not related in any way, shape, or form, but I can't wait for her next book.
Mm-hmm. The cover reveal. So we're recording this at the end of October. The cover reveal was today. It looks adorable.
Of course. And I just want to say, from a branding perspective, I love when authors have the same style covers for all their books. They're in the same kind of format, name at the top, same font, same size, cartoon characters on all of them, different colors, which I appreciate, but I love that.
Okay, so question.
Answer.
Do we think that all of these stories take place in the same universe? Are we going to get a crossover?
I thought I read somewhere that the next book has a Adam and Olive reference. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure that I saw that. And yes, I do believe they're all in the same universe.
I'm so excited. That's wonderful. So
I want a Love on the Brain tattoo. I'm going to put it out there. If I was going to get a book tattoo besides Harry Potter, I think this would be the one.
Ooh, you're giving up on the Crescent City one?
No, I mean, I could still get that too. I don't know. I'm at the age now where now I actually think about getting the tattoos before I get them. I got a lot up front as a youngin' without a lot of thought, medium thought. And now I've had the ideas for a while and they're just spinning, and I don't know that I'll ever actually do it because I'm getting old. I don't know.
So
I don't even know what I would get.
You would get the Blink logo, obviously.
I'm not getting the Blink logo. I'm not getting this tattooed on me.
Ooh.
I did think about getting. So I once upon a time I wanted the Harry Potter stars, the 3 that are in the corner of the pages, and I did think about getting swapping that out for this doodly thing. It's like stars and X's and O's at the beginning of each chapter, but
I mean,
I don't need to do that.
Here's a thought. So Ali, when she signed it, there was a heart, so you could definitely get the Ali heart.
That's good.
We're going to.
I was like, oh, when we meet her, I could get her to draw a heart.
So at this point in our lives, we are planning on going to the Rom-Con convention.
Nope, it's just the Rom-Con.
Rom-Con
because con is short for
convention. I was like,
that's like ATM machine.
So it's put on by Steamy Lit Box, I believe.
Yep.
Is the sub brand or maybe the parent brand. I'm not sure. It's in Anaheim in August of 2023. Ali Hazelwood is scheduled to be there. We can have her sign something, draw something.
I'm just gonna be like, can you draw me a series of hearts? And I can just
series of hearts, maybe a chemical reaction.
Nope. See, that's too sciencey. I love Ali and I love science, but I'm not. That would be hip if I was like Janelle, who's in science.
Hey, Janelle.
Hey, Jan. I am not in science.
Okay. So maybe she just draws you a heart over a brain. Love on the brain.
Love on the brain.
Ha.
So yeah. I loved it. I mean, I really can't get enough about it.
I also gave it 5 stars. So.
Oh, at this point in time, this will come out in November?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm being B for Halloween for the Bookstagram. So that's how much I loved it. I bought a wig. And I thought about actually dyeing my hair, but, it took me a long time to get to this color that I don't want to put the effort in to bleach it down and then ruin it.
It's great. We love it.
Yeah.
So there is more Ali Hazelwood. I have not read. I'm waiting for them to come out. I think they come out in November. The series, the anthology of all of her novellas. Yes. Do you want to talk a little bit about them without spoilers?
I can do it without spoilers for you.
Thank you.
So there are 3. They are hold on, I read them out of order. Under One Roof, Stuck on You, and Below Zero. And the premise, which I didn't know going into it, which not a spoiler, but it's because again, I didn't read any sort of description. I saw Ali Hazelwood and was like, add to cart. No questions asked. So what I didn't realize is that the 3 books it's 3 friends, Mara, Sadie, Hannah, and each of them has a novella. I didn't realize that. I thought they were like totally separate. So that was fun. You did get crossover.
So what you're saying is we are easily influenced with
100%.
little to no information.
Allie tells I like had to mute her stories for a smidge because she kept posting all these other amazing authors' books, and I just kept adding them. I kept buying them, and I was like, ma'am, you have like 100 books to read. You need to calm it down. So I was like, you can't look at these anymore because everything she's told me is amazing. I have bought and or requested from NetGalley.
So she recommended Sarah McLean's new book, Heartbreaker. I think it's Heartbreaker, right?
Yep. Her and Tessa Bailey. Which, I mean, if the 2 of them are saying it, game over. I'm inscribing
I could not find this book anywhere. I went to Market Basket, which is a grocery store chain here in New England, and I found it at Market Basket. I came home and I was like, baby. I went to my husband. I was like, baby, I bought a romance novel at the supermarket. And he was just like, welcome to 1954. What are you doing?
And then I went, you were like, I found it at Market Basket. And I was like, game on. Let me go to my local Market Basket. Went, found the book, was like, and she's like, I would have given you my copy. And I was like, nope. I need my own.
Fair enough.
So yeah, the novellas they were cute. They were quick. I read all 3 in a day. I loved some more than others. But I'm not going to get into any sort of detail on that. I will say, I think I liked them best in the order that I read them, which was Stuck with You, Under One Roof, Below Zero. So 2, 1, 3. Is the order.
Is there a reason you read them in that order?
I had no idea that they were connected.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was an order to them until I went to review it, and it was like, this was book number 2, and I was like, son of a bitch, I didn't mean to do that. But there was nothing really spoilery. The crossover really happens in the 3rd one.
Okay.
And that's when you kind of put together, like, that's at least when I put together the 3 were related. Whoops. Because again, even reviewing it and having read one of them, I still didn't go read the descriptions of any of the other ones. So I was like, that's fine. But they're like 130 pages, 120 pages, like quick and easy, lemon squeezy.
That is like a snowy day. They all seem to take place in the winter based on the titles.
Yep.
They're snowed in a cabin or something.
So Stuck with You they're stuck in an elevator.
Oh.
Under One Roof was forced proximity. She moves into his house. And then Below Zero, which was my least favorite, was like Antarctic. I think they're in Alaska.
Antarctic and Alaska.
I know those are different things. Arctic, yeah, it's Arctic. They're doing Arctic research for NASA.
Do you think they hang out with penguins?
No, I don't believe there are any penguins.
Right,
but it just, yeah.
Polar bears.
Take your headphones out for like 1 minute. I'll like wave when you can put them back in. I'm just going to let you guys, the listeners, know the reason I didn't love, and by didn't love, I still rated them fairly, like, fine. I didn't love this one just because the big grand gesture just seemed so out there that I was like, I don't know. It like felt kind of flat. The main character, she was kind of like whiny and stubborn and like, just bothered me. And that big grand swoop, I was like, really? Like, no. But I loved when the 6 of them got together in the end. I thought that was really adorable. And that brought it right back to life. And I love Allie, and I'll read anything she puts out. And please don't hate me, Allie. You can go back now.
So I truly, truly appreciate that you just try to shield me from the spoilers, but I also edit these. So I'm gonna
I didn't even think of that. I guess I didn't really say anything that was truly spoilery. I just I didn't like give out what it was. I just said I forgot you do the editing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this and edit it over the weekend.
You could just, you know what you could do? When I tell you to take your headphones out, just skip to the part where I start weaving.
Sure.
And you don't have to listen to it. But it wasn't very, like, I didn't say what the thing was. I just gave a description about, like, why. I'll just tell you it. I feel like the grand gesture.
No, it's okay.
It was too much.
Thank you. I appreciate you trying to shield me from that. And
I tried so hard.
I love you for it, but I edited it, so I want to hear it.
And I like that you took the headphones out. You didn't think to tell me this beforehand. You were just like, yep, fine, let her go for it.
So I took the headphones out, and then I was like, wait a second. It didn't click until I took them out. I'm
going to listen to this again. So basically, in short, we love Ali. I've read everything so far. You're going to read the novellas as soon as they come out in paperback. Yep. And we're anxiously awaiting.
Seen her talk with Tessa Bailey.
That was my next point, that we have tried to see her in any capacity we can.
You saw her at another virtual book club.
It was horrifying. It was amazing, but so we had seen her there was an event that she did with Tessa Bailey, and that was amazing. It was virtual. Beautiful, amazing. I believe wasn't there one other one that she was on a panel? No, she was not on that panel.
Oh, was that the Brookline Booksmith panel with Katie Roberts?
Was she on that? No.
I was on vacation. I was at the Cape that week.
Hold on, I can tell you.
It's going to be real bad if she was there and you don't remember.
I know, it is bad. Well, I also was in the ER while I was watching that one.
Oh, that's true. And we talked about that in our Book Adventures episode. So go back and take a listen to find out why Jax was in the ER during that panel.
It was dumb, but I was fine enough to listen to it. I was mostly pissed that I was missing it. But was she in that? Whatever. I don't know if she was in that one or not, but the other one, she posted a thing in the morning, Ali, that was like, hey, I'm doing this thing tonight. It's free. Sign up here. And I said, game fucking on. I will follow you off a cliff. Signed up. Amazing. I was working late, and then all of a sudden realized I was 20 minutes late for the event. Now, this is a Zoom event. Thankfully, I wasn't, like, in the nude or in my pajamas, because I joined the event, and it was a book club with 30 people. Now, to put this in perspective, the other virtual events we have done, hundreds of people are on this, and cameras are off, and we can't talk. It is just the presenter, the moderator, and the guests who are chatting away, and you're just happy there listening. Amazing. Happy to be here. This, cameras were on. We were interacting. I got in and was like, oh, they were going around the Zoom introducing themselves, and I was like, oh shit. Oh god. Camera goes on. They're like, and Jax. And I was like, I missed all the questions. Here I am. Horrified. But it was amazing because it was only 30 people, and I got to ask Ali a question. And it was amazing.
Do you remember the question?
Oh, of course I do. I can't remember what book. I can't remember anything about a book, but I can remember the questions. I asked her what has been her favorite couples to work on. And if that was too much like picking a favorite child. Instead, what are some of the authors that you would highly recommend? Like if they're putting it out, you're reading it no matter what. She answered both, and that was magical. And then I regretted deeply because the second she was talking, I was like, damn, I should have asked her if Tessa ever sent her the wallpaper. Because
on that Tessa, Ali, Barnes & Noble virtual event, Tessa Bailey got made fun of left, right, and center for wallpaper she got for her new office. But Ali liked the wallpaper, so Tessa was supposed to send it to her.
And I wanted to know if she got it. And then I was like, oh, I'll just ask another question. And the second she finished answering my question, they were like, well, we don't want to keep you too long. We have time for one more question. And I was like, boo. So I'll ask her in California when we go see her.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Can't wait. Really involved in this wallpaper.
I mean, we're really involved in Ali. She posted me on her story once and made my whole week. I think it was when Love on the Brain came out. I wrote something. No, it was the Barnes & Noble event. And yes. I said something about it being like a wonderful night, a wonderful event. To see two of my favorite authors. So that was great.
She's great. She's just the cutest person ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, I haven't looked, so I'm sure it might be easily accessible. But like, I want to find her original fanfic. Like the stuff she started writing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look through the interwebs and see if we can find that.
Got to be on Reddit.
Probably.
But the other thing I wanted just to give her a huge shout out for, and this is something that we talked about in our bonus chapters in special editions episode, but Ali
does it right.
So we talked about this earlier with Love Hypothesis. To get her bonus chapter, all you have to do is sign up for her e-news. It's super accessible. It's free. It's just there. All you have to do is sign up. Super low cost to entry in terms of like all you have to do is give your email address. Love Hypothesis coming out in hardcover. She said the bonus chapter is going to be in the hardcover, but she's not getting rid of that ability to still get it for free for signing up on her newsletter. And that is something that's just so great because we see it all the time. Authors put out, new editions or special editions or hardcovers from their paperbacks, hardcovers with the bonus chapters. And you can only get it if you buy the book. And maybe the book's only available in one place and all of this. And so it's really, really hard to track down. But Ali's absolutely doing it right. To me, it shows that she genuinely cares about her fans and is definitely cultivating a really great community.
She's got a great base of diehards.
Yeah, absolutely. And she just seems very genuinely nice. And that's great. You'll have to see it.
I can't wait to see her in California.
I know. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm sad we missed out on the
movie night?
Pride and Prejudice movie night.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen. But I would have prepared and studied.
She would have read Jane Austen.
I would have read it. I would have watched it. I would have reread all of her books. It would have been, because I think there was only like 30 people in that room. And again, being that close without like 100 people as a buffer, just fangirl my little heart out.
Just start sweating uncontrollably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to need to figure something out because I think it's going to be hot in August in California.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be like...
It's hot in August and October. It's hot in August. It's hot in California in October.
It's hot in August.
Guys, it's been a long day.
It's been a long day. But we love you, Ali, and we can't wait to meet you again. Well, in person.
Mm-hmm. And we can't wait to read your next book, your next 2 books, 3 books.
Literally can't wait. Please send us an arc. I'm keeping my eye out on NetGalley to request it. I got denied for Love on the Brain, but I'm gonna try again.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no shame.
She is a woman on a mission.
That
She's
I
got
am.
the drive. She's got the drive.
I'll hype you up like no one else. I'm just saying.
Toxic positivity for the win.
Toxic positivity.
But no, it's all very much earned. The books are great. They're great stories. The female characters are strong, independent.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM. And it's just go read them. Go read them.
I mean, I hope at this point you've already read them because we talked a lot about them throughout this episode. But make your friends read them.
Yes. Make your friends read them. Go read them again.
I'm going to read them again.
I know you
Before
are.
we go.
I know you are.
I mean,
right, with that
reread took me...
Check our stories.
Less than a night.
Jax's next breakdown after she finishes.
You know, maybe I'll go put them on a highlight so everyone can just watch me melt down time and time again. I'll just keep adding to it. It will be, you know what? I'm doing this. It will be an Ali highlight of just me gushing, and I'll share some of the stupid things I highlighted. My stupid notes, like
y'all. She highlighted great things.
Sisters. Because I love the sisters.
Y'all, some of the stuff she highlighted, she refuses to talk about it on the podcast, but she will put it on the Instagram, or I will sneak into her house, take photos, and put it on the Instagram. It is.
So am I gonna have to hide my books when you're here this weekend?
No. Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, I guess I can tell you about it, but I gotta find it. It's not so funny without the visual.
You know, most people listen to our podcast. So
That's true.
This is your opportunity to go to our YouTube and watch this episode. Watch this part of the episode.
Are you enjoying this flipping of the page ASMR?
This is a highly ASMR episode.
Move it away from the mic.
We hit you went through all of your tabs and like made noises.
I wrote fuck this chapter.
What chapter is it?
I guess people, we're going to put a spoiler on. If you've listened, then that sucks. When she gets the cease and desist, like basically the guy, not the cease and desist, but the guy says, this is a letter of notice serving a recent acts of warranted harassment.
Yep.
Fuck this chapter.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Okay, here we go. So I highlighted 1, 2, 3 full pages of spice. It was lovely. And then I made one comment. And it said, interesting choice. And if you've read the book, I hope you know what that is a reference to.
And is that all we're going to say about that?
I mean, do we need to... So, I have to read it now? The line that was an interesting choice was, I want you to open your mouth and show me. And I said, interesting choice. It was fine. I still loved everything. I was a little bit shocked.
He's not a dentist.
'Tis not a dentist. I'm sure you could figure out what that was if you haven't already. I was just like, okay.
Interesting choice.
Not my kink. Interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we didn't even mention my favorite part about this book, Megan. And I told her this when I got to ask my question. I said, first of all, Ali, I just want to thank you for giving a main male character a therapist. It is so refreshing to have a dude in therapy. Not even a dude, just like people in therapy. How many romances have I read, you read, we've all read, where we're literally screaming at them that's like, if you just had a fucking therapist, all of this would be solved.
On this podcast have we said they all need therapy?
Everybody needs therapy. And it was amazing that he had a therapist and he was referencing his therapist and the work that he had done. And I was like, I fucking love you. Ali, you can do no wrong. Interesting choice on the show me your mouth situation. But it's fine. I loved it.
Because she did. She opened her mouth and showed him.
It's fine.
It didn't laugh like I would have.
Scream! Really, going back and just reading my notes, which make absolutely no sense out of context, it is the best part of annotating, I think.
Maybe
screaming.
Maybe
I'm telling you guys, foot tapping, screaming, giddy as fuck.
Maybe we do an episode where we just read your annotated notes.
I love them. And this, more heart eye smiley faces.
At least you knew it was eyes, right?
That is true. I also did different color pens. I don't think the different color pens meant anything. I think it was just the different color tab did mean something in the beginning, and then I ran out of tabs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like, I don't remember which color was which. It was like one color for B, one color for Levi, another color for like anything else. But then again, I ran out of tabs, so.
We love it.
We love it.
All right. We're running out of time, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy reading.
Go read Ali if you haven't already, which I pray to God you have, because I've told you all the dirty things now.
Mm-hmm. And please like, subscribe, and rate our podcast. If you didn't like it, that's totally okay. You're wrong, but it's fine.
I don't know if we've gotten that far before. You're wrong.
Listen,
you are wrong. But just tell us why in a DM. That's all we need.
Send us a DM. I'm using over mugs. Let us know what we can do better next time. But do understand that you're probably wrong, and this is the best podcast we've ever done. So cheers to that. And
cheers.
Cheers. Happy reading.
Happy reading.